What's the one thing you need to do as an agile coach before you start any engagement? It's contract. So in the coaching world, the idea of contracting is where you sit down with your client and you work out what this coaching session is going to be about. Why are we talking today? And really dig into it. Understand not the surface level that's presented, but go down 2, maybe 3 levels to really dig into the roots of it. Why is it important? Why now? Questions like that. And as an agile coach, you need to be doing the same thing for the whole engagement. You need to be talking to that person, the sponsor, the client, whatever you call them, who's bringing you in, and asking, why am I here? And why does that matter? So it's not about turning up and coaching a Scrum team, or turning up and helping a Scrum team evolve into a Kanban team, or any of that. Okay? We might do that, but why are we doing it? You need to understand what are the measures that are important to the business, to that person paying the bill, let's be honest, so that you can perform your craft in the right way. You can sit there and think, well, it's not about creating flow. They're not interested in that. They're interested in improving team satisfaction, and maybe different levers need to be played with than your normal, let's make the team better. Maybe you've gone in and they're saying faster, and okay, I've got thoughts on that for another time. But if that's what it is, if you know that it's about creating a stable and increasing ability to deliver for that team, you're going to go down different routes. So if it's about creating happy customers or happy team members, or help this team fit into our organisation, or whatever the goal is that that person's brought you on board for. So the one thing I would do at the start is sit down with them and have that conversation. It's not a coaching conversation. This is consulting. This is negotiation. This is a facilitative discussion around what are you looking for from an agile coach. How do you want to go about this? Really importantly, and you need to be clear on this, how am I going to be measured? How will we know whether or not I'm doing what you want? Get very clear on that, maybe with examples. I have been a fan of specification by example for a very long time, and even in this scenario, I still am. And it becomes really clear. What you then have is the clarity of purpose, why you're here, why you're working with these teams, with this organisation, at whatever level, breadth that you're looking at. Okay? And you can formulate your approach. You can think about, okay, to move those levers, what do I need to do? To help the team understand these things, what else could I do? You create your own options. Okay? And from those, you choose the ones that you believe are going to have whatever you need. Maybe it's the low-hanging fruit that people go for to get the momentum started. Maybe it's the right level of impact. Maybe it's interest. Whatever formulation you need to use to get things working, you have options, and you know that they are going to have some impact, or you believe they're going to have some impact on the needles that are important to your teams, your organisation, your client, and therefore to you. If you don't do this, you're just going to go in and do stuff. And this is one of the things that you come across many times with agile coaches, particularly those who are new, is they do stuff. And it's intended to be good. But they couldn't tell you why. They're just doing the things they see. They're reacting to the space. They turn up and they see that a team's retrospectives have gone off the boil, so they focus on the retrospectives, and that's okay, that's all sorted now, and the team get that, and we can run those, and brilliant, and what do I do next? There's no plan. There's no thinking about what's important here. Maybe the retros is important, maybe it isn't. I don't know. I'm not working with that team. But are you doing it because it's there, or are you doing it because it fits into a wider holistic picture where you can think about and say, actually, my time, my effort is best spent here to help this team and the organisation achieve its goals? And that's what we want to do. That's why, before we really start with this engagement, we want to sit down with the client and with the teams maybe and work out, what is that contract? How are we going to be measured for success? If you've got to this point in the video, I hope you've enjoyed it. If so, a like would be appreciated. If you want to hear more from me, more answers to questions that maybe you've got in the Agile world, please subscribe to the channel. And if you've got a question that you really want answered, drop it in the comments. I promise we'll get around to it. Thank you.